Hello grade 9, this is Batul, an English teacher from Taqarab School. In the previous lesson, we learned some vocabulary which are related to the story, then we created sentences related to each one of them. In this video, we're going to read the whole story, then give a quick summary of it. So before we start, as you know, this is Mr. Len. He's a miser man, and he requested from his wife to put all his money with him in the coffin when he dies. So let's get started with the first paragraph. Line 1. Mr. Len was a really hard-working man. Every day he worked for 10 or 12 hours and he slept for just a few. Mr. Len had only one purpose in mind: to make a lot of money and to spend as little of it as possible. He was a miser. Now paragraph 2, which starts with line 8. As he did not trust in banks, Mr. Len kept all of the banknotes that he saved inside shoe boxes. Every night before going to sleep, Mr. Len sat and looked at his money. One night, he called his wife and said, "When I die, I want you to take all of my money and place it inside my coffin. I want to take all of my money with me, even the few pennies I have saved." Now the third paragraph, which starts with line 17. Mrs. Len, who was a very good wife and loved him in spite of the miserly life he was leading, said, "I promise you that when you die, I will put all the money in the coffin with you." One day, Mr. Len died. Now, line 23, paragraph 4. Mrs. Len, who was sitting next to her closest friend during the ceremony. When the ceremony finished and before the coffin was closed, Mrs. Len said, "Wait just a minute." She had a large shoebox with her. She stood up, went to the coffin, and placed the shoebox inside it. Then the coffin was closed and buried. Now the last paragraph, which starts with line 31. Her friend said, "I hope you weren't crazy enough to put all that money in the coffin." "I'm a good wife," said Mrs. Len. "I promised him that I was going to put his money in that coffin with him, and I did it." "You mean to tell me you put every penny of his money in the coffin with him?" "Of course," said the wife. "I got it all together, put it into my bank account, and then wrote him a check." So we have finished reading the whole story. Now we're going to give a quick summary of it. So, the story revolves around Mr. Len, a hard-working and miserly man who dedicates his life to accumulating money. He goes to great lengths to save every penny, keeping his savings in shoe boxes as he distrusts banks. Mr. Len has a peculiar request for his wife before he dies. He wants all of his money, even the smallest amount, to be placed in his coffin. After Mr. Len's death, his wife, Mrs. Len, fulfills his unusual request during the funeral ceremony. She places a shoebox containing the money inside the coffin just before it is closed and buried. However, a friend expresses concern about the decision to put all the money in the coffin. In a surprising twist, Mr. Lin reveals that she cleverly interpreted her promise instead of physically placing the money in the coffin. She deposited it into her bank account and wrote a check to fulfill her husband's wish. The story humorously portrays Mr. Lin's resourcefulness and adherence to her promise while adding a clever and unexpected resolution to Mr. Lin's quirky request. Now open your activity book, page 38. First section, vocabulary. Complete the sentences with the vocabulary from module 5. 1. Huda is a miser. She is very rich, but she still refuses to spend any money of helping children in need. So the word here is miser. It starts with letter M. 2. Fadi is so excited about the promotion and raise. He wants to earn more money in order to buy a laptop for his mother. So the word that starts with letter E is air. 3. Nadia took a sensible decision not to eat ice cream until she feels better. So the word that starts with letter S is sensible. 4. Rami is so greedy. Although he got 5 gifts for his birthday, he still wanted more. So the word that starts with letter G is greedy. Number 5. When economies collapse, many business people lose all their money and become bankrupt. So the word that starts with letter B is bankrupt. Now exercise 4, page 41 in the activity book. Read the clues from 1 to 6 and write the words in the puzzle. You are given the first letters. So, number 1, a coin that has low value in a certain country is penny. Number 1, penny. Number 2, a person who has a lot of money but is not generous. So a person who has a lot of money and he doesn't want to spend them is a miser. So number 2, miser. Number 3, a group of people or organizations join together for a common purpose. So this word, which starts with letter F, is foundation. Foundation is a group of people or organizations joined together for a common purpose. Number 4, showing a good sense of judgment. So it starts with letter S. The word is sensible. Sensible is showing a good sense of judgment. Number 5, a piece of paper money. It starts with letter B. So the word is banknote. Banknote is a piece of paper money, not a coin, a paper money. 6, using more money, time, or effort than one needs. So it starts with letter W. It's the word wasteful. So number 1, penny. Number 2, miser. Number 3, foundation. Number 4, sensible. Number 5, banknote. Number 6, wasteful. And number 7, the last word, is possessions. Possessions. So this is the end of the lesson. Thank you for watching and goodbye.